Draymond Green ain't nothing but a Timu Charles Oakley, man. Like, I really don't like it, man. Like, how you gonna say they trying to make you look like an angry black man when, bro, you supposed to got kicked out the game as soon as you got that technical because you was yelling in them people's face, all that shit, calling it bullshit, just yelling in the ref face, and they still ain't give you another technical. Like, bro, they be giving you all the leeway in the world, and then you gonna act like a little girl and say, man, they trying to treat me like an angry black man. It's like, nah, bro, the league has done everything they can to make you look like a tough guy. In every situation, they try to make you look like a tough guy. But that ain't the case. Like, that's just a sign of what the NBA is today. Like, if this is the definition of the toughest guy in the league, that lets you know how soft the league is today. But we done already seen situations where if you ain't the one who popped it off, you ain't really like that. Like, what happened with Isaiah not Isaiah Thomas. What happened with Isaiah Stewart? What happened with that situation? Like, check out the video with him, Isaiah Stewart. He snatched you up, and you was not on that type of time with him. So what happened? Like, you like a fake crash out. Because if you a crash out, you gonna crash out. Like, beef stew. Isaiah Stewart is a crash out. No matter what the situation is, I'm going to crash out. And he showed us that on the first time we ever heard his name was when he went after LeBron. He went after LeBron, the king of the league. I'm a crash out. I don't care. Anytime, anywhere, we gonna get it popping. Cause that's what crash outs do. And you not a crash out. But you trying to say trying to make you like an angry black man. It's like, bro, no, they just continue to try to make you look like the tough guy of the NBA when that's not. I mean, like, come on, bro. Like, if that's really what's going on, the NBA has really, really, really gotten soft. Cause I remember a time we had people like Zebo, Tony Allen, shit, the league's full of people. We had actual gang members in the league. Like, come on, like, even Zach Randolph. Zach Randolph was on MTV Cribs with the GD sign. Come on, bro. Like, we had real gang members. Jason Terry talking about, I'm a real Crip. You know what I'm saying? BD, Baron Davis, and J.R. Smith, you know what I'm saying, doing the blood handshake on the court. Like, come on, bro. We don't have real gang members. And the NBA just trying to clean it up. And most of these boys now, you know, they come from this AAU circuit. And it's not, we ain't really got no crash out and no mud babies coming up in the league no more. Like, this ain't like the NFL. The NFL is always going to have mud babies. No matter how you try to price it or whatever, you always going to need mud babies in the NFL. The NBA, on the other hand, is like, nah, the NBA about to be like travel baseball, where it's like you going to get priced out. If you ain't got the money, you ain't going to be able to keep up. Like, basically, I don't care how good you are. You ain't got the money. You ain't going to be able to, get the exposure and the notice that you need to keep going. And that's basically what don't happen. Like, the NBA don't got so soft. But this dude out here, he crying. I'm like, bro, the NBA, you got rings, you got defensive player of the year, all defensive teams, you got gold medals. Like, your trophy case compared to a lot of great, like, all-time greats is going to be better than a lot of all-time greats. The NBA, the league, did a great job for you, bro. Don't act like these people is after you. Like, you can get kicked out of every game. You cuss the referees out damn near every game. So, anytime, I don't see people get cussed, text for looking at the ref, for clapping after a call, and you literally be out there saying, that's bullshit, yelling in their face, and you still in the game. So I'm really not trying to hear that, bro. Like, you can't use that excuse. And that's what be pissing me off is the people who usually try to use the excuse and play the race card is the ones who fuck it up for the people who actually need to use it in certain situations. It's like, bro, this ain't no situation to pull the race card, bro. Not this one. You was in the wrong the whole time, bro. How the fuck you gonna get mad at them people when you was the one in the wrong? That's crazy. That's crazy. Like, you was the one that was in the wrong. You got a tick. Then you continue to cuss out the ref, but you ain't get them. I was like, come on, bro, you supposed to get kicked out. Like I said, the league did everything they can to help build your legacy. Bro, you made the NBA All-Star game averaging a triple single digits, assist, single digit points, single digit rebounds. And you supposed to be a power forward. You don't even be averaging double digit rebounds. But yet and still, you made the All-Star team. They put you on the Olympic team. Like, come on, bro. They put you on the Olympic team. You get to talk trash to Charles Barkley. And you and Charles Barkley can't even sit at the same table. But y'all ultimately will be able to sit at the same table because the NBA going to put you in the Hall of Fame. Just like him. And guess what you going to be able to say when you sit at the table? I got 4 rings. Right now you say, I got 4 rings. Charles Barkley ain't got no rings. You can be like, Barkley can't talk to me. And it's like, no, bro. In reality, bro, you can't touch Charles Barkley, bro. Like, Charles Barkley was 6'4", 6'5", powerful, lead the league in rebound, everything. MVP, like, come on, bro. You can't compare to Charles Barkley. You can't compare to who else they try. Dennis Rodman, bro. Dennis Rodman was a cultural icon out here, man. We got little kids, teenagers still wearing Dennis Rodman t-shirts. People who weren't even born, people whose parents probably weren't even born when Dennis Rodman was playing. I think my belt might be a little off. I think it is. Okay, your parents might have been born when he's playing. But you weren't thought of. That's all I'm saying. You have no idea who this man is, but you do because of who he was. He was Dennis fucking Rodman. He had his own shoe. Charles Barkley had his own shoe. Converse thought about giving you a shoe, and then it was like, nah, he ain't moving the needle like that. You don't move the needle like that. But yet and still, you gonna have that job on TNT. Come on, bro. You can't, of all people, like, you can't call out nothing. You can't call out the league on nothing, bro, because, like I said, they have made you a millionaire. You're going to be able to take care of your family, everything, and you're going to be set after your career is over because you're going to be working on TV. But you're going to try to call out the NBA. Like, man, get out of here with that bullshit. Like you said, that's your favorite word to use anyway. Bullshit. That's bullshit. Well, you calling out the NBA is bullshit. Because the NBA has done nothing but great things for you and your family, boy. But you're living good, boy. What is you talking about? And you got the nerve to try to say that. Man, then what they do on ESPN? They help you out again. What then Michael Wilbon say he man, come on, bro. Come on, bro. I don't get it. I think he said he commends you for calling them out and saying they're targeting you. Bro, if they were targeting you, you wouldn't make it past the first half. Of most games, you probably wouldn't make it past the first half. But like I said, they let you get away with shit. You been getting away with shit. Like, you been getting away with shit. So I'm not trying to hear that. You always get mad when Steph and them boys don't play. Because that's when you look like who you really are. Like, if you a great player, if you a great defender, if you good at all these things, whether or not he on the court, that should matter. But your whole entire legacy is tied to Steph. Like, that's crazy to me. And if he ain't playing, that triple single you average don't look that good. But when he is playing, oh, it's like, okay, yeah, you making all these differences. I'm like, what? If you such a great defender and you doing all this, that shouldn't change whether or not he on the court. And it obviously does. So, but do they talk about that on TV? No. They don't talk about that like that. Like I said, they give you a pass and you finna be in the Hall of Fame. And you trying to say that they targeting you? Man, that's some bullshit, bro. That's some bullshit. That's bullshit. You're going to make the NBA Hall of Fame averaging a triple single, man. That's bullshit. Over a lot of other power forwards that have played this game, that was real bucket getters, that was real seat fillers, that franchises played to be their franchise player and made an all-star team. Like, really earned all-star team slots. Like, come on, bro. Come on. Like, this league done did a lot for you. And like I said, you the Timu Charles Oakley, bro. Timu Oakley. What happened off the court? That's how you judge the real tough guys, is what happened off the court. And that's why we know about how all these other guys get down. Z-Boy and them rob the weed man. How you call the weed man in your spot and rob him? And then the weed man like, I'm going to call the police. I ain't got enough to do. Fuck all that. I'm going to call like, bro, because I can't believe this shit just happened. They called the weed. You a millionaire and you robbed the weed man for a zip. This story is out there. I ain't making this shit up. This is out here. Tony Allen don't act tough. Tony Allen probably want to. Have you seen Tony Allen on these podcasts? He always laughing, yucking it up, and all that. Cause he ain't got the beat. I ain't got the act tough. If you want to take it there, he was already there, and you don't want to go there with him. Like I said, Tony Allen beat up a teammate. And it went no easy kill. Like, you go for the easy. Draymond go for the easy kill. He beat up Jordan Poole. Have you seen Jordan Poole get into it with anybody before or after? No, he ain't that type. He ain't on that type of timing. So why you gonna be on that with that little ass dude? And that's what you did. You only go after people who ain't that type of timing. But people like Zebo say, we bully bullies. We bully bullies. Don't come. Hey, look, bro, we already here. People like, I'm gonna take it there. Like, no, they was already there. Ben Wallace, like, bro, come on, like, we had real enforcers, real people who was on that, and that's why you may see a lot of that in the game back then, because players knew, like, oh nah, we really gonna be out here tussling, bro. Rasheed Wallace, like, all these dudes was on that time, and Ron Artest, Steven Jackson. We don't have players like that in the NBA anymore. We don't really have them real crash out. Like, there's a crash out on every team. Used to be a crash out on every team. Somebody was with the shits on every team. Sometimes it was the superstar. Like, no, I'm the one who gonna pop it. I'm with the shits. We come on. And like I said, we just in a soft time with the NBA. Everybody want to stand out there and shoot threes. Don't nobody take it to the basket. Like, we grew up with real point guards who drove to the lane and put their shoulder in people's chest. We ain't got people out there like that no more. We ain't got that. And all that's doing is trickling down to the AAU. And now you see AAU, you see little 10-year-olds talking trash and cussing and doing all this on the court. Like, it was cool. It was like one kid, but it'd be the whole team. Like, they ain't gonna act like this was going on when we was kids, but now it's like, bro, it's the whole team. Everybody being disrespectful. Now your kid going there with somebody else's kid. Now you and the parent going at it. Now y'all fighting. Your kid, now you like, it's just crazy, man. Like, and that's it. All just have a trickle down effect. And but the thing is, once you get under a real whistle, you can't do that. You gonna get attacked. Once you start playing in college, once you play in the pros, all that stuff is not gonna be acceptable. And the thing is, when you grow up playing a certain way, and that might be part of how you know how you get out, how you really play, how you need to play. Like, no, I gotta talk trash, I gotta be wild, I gotta disrespect people. And it's like, well, you ain't not finna do that under this 40 minutes in this NCAA game. You're not going to do this under this 48 minutes in this NBA game. Because if you do want to do that, well, we got these things called technical fouls. We can get you on up out of here. Very simple. Very simple. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like I said, yeah, man. Timu Charles Oakley. That's all I got to say. He's the Timu Charles Oakley who the NBA going to put in the Hall of Fame. But you going to call them people out and try to say they targeted you. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. That's bullshit. Like you like to say, that's bullshit. You know, but yeah, we done Draymond. You know, we done with that. Now we got to talk about my guy Bill Belichick. The UNC said, "Hey man, we banning your little young bitch." Excuse my language, but that's what it is. UNC said, "Hey man, that little young bitch can't come right here no more." Like, nah, we not putting up with that. Like, I mean, Gramps, like, she obviously run you, and she thinks she can run us. It's like, nah, bitch, you don't run shit over here. Hell nah. You take that shit somewhere else. And that's basically what they did. They just told her to get her young ass on. You know, if you want to, do your little thing. We know you old, and you got your little young girl, do y'all thing. We know what's up. You can act like it ain't what it is, but we know what's up. I mean, come on. Like, she's 24. He's in his 70s. The fact that we don't call these type of women horrible people is crazy to me. Like, she's a horrible person. I don't give a fuck about her being 24, young, whatever. She's a horrible person. She's obviously taking advantage of this man. Obviously. And people can be like, well, he's old enough to understand. Like, no. He's up in his 70s, man. He's like, I don't think people understand, like, the mental state of a lot of people once you get up in age. You may be good at making certain types of decisions, but you might not be good at making other types of decisions. And it's pretty much that simple. And I said on the last episode, I was like, I wonder how his family feel about this. Well, I don't know how his family feel, but I know how the damn team feel. And they're like, nah, she gotta go, bro. We not putting up with that. She thinks she runs shit. Like, she really thinks she runs shit, and that's not the case. Like, no, you don't run nothing but your mouth. And you only run your mouth to him, not us. Like, they saw that interview where she spoke up for him, and I said that. People watched them. They saw that interview where she spoke up for him, and I'm like, this is how they get out. She didn't even want them to talk about the relationship, how they met, none of that, because it was probably a transactional situation. It probably started out transactional, and it's still semi-transactional. When I say semi-transactional, mean it's not a payday every time we do something now. It's like it's an all-inclusive package now. You get what I'm saying? He has what it's called. It's an all-inclusive package, and what happens is basically these young women they're prostitutes. They're whores. That's basically what they are. But you can't say these types of things. People don't like when you say these types of things about people, but it's the truth. These words exist for like a reason. Like this was like a real thing. Like you get what I'm saying? Like a prostitute is a real thing. Pay for play. That's all it is. And most of these women on the internet or whether it be OnlyFans or Instagram, they are pay for play. That's what it is. If I fly you out, if I buy you something, if we have a good time, I paid for it. You are a prostitute. That's what it is. It's that simple. But the game is so messed up now where we have people who want to be halfway in, halfway out, and they want to do and behave like prostitutes, but they don't want to be called those things. Because ultimately they want to say that I'm a woman and I want to be married, but it's like, it's hard to be married as if you were a former prostitute. You know that, right? Like you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. Like that is so true. Like I know people want to think that's not true, but it's like, it's still true. And if you don't believe me, ask your friend. If you're a dude, I know if you're a man, if not you have friends who have fucked somebody's wife. Just keep it real. If not wife, their girlfriend or fiance. This is all facts. Tell me you can't tell me I'm lying. So if you are doing that to somebody's wife, how do you think this person felt about their said wife and or girlfriend? Do you think that they thought they had the best girlfriend and or wife in the world? Because they say ignorance is bliss. So if you don't know, you in paradise. But in all actuality, you still cannot turn that hoe into a housewife. Because like I said, if not you have a friend and or friends who have fucked somebody's wife or fiance or girlfriend. And you also have friends who someone has fucked their wife or girlfriend or fiance. Because you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. But we live in a world where all you have to choose from now is majority is hoes, which is crazy. And I mean all races now. All races of women are signing up as soon as they turn 18 to show their monkey on the internet. As soon as they turn 18, they are signing up to show that thing on the internet. But back to Bill Belichick, like I said, so he's dealing with one of these young women, and that's probably how they met. Maybe she had OnlyFans, maybe she had a private page or something like that. Cause it's like, let's really be honest, where y'all at where y'all really crossing paths? And crossing paths in a way where either he gonna spit some game or she gonna spit some game. Let's just come on. So now here we are, and UNC was like, no. We know what y'all got going on. We know what it is. We know why you here. And we know what you are. And you ain't finna have no say in nothing that go on at this great institution. This is a great institution. This is the University of North Carolina. Okay? We are embedded in the history of college basketball and college sports in general, but mainly college basketball, okay? And what you are not going to do is fuck this up. Because you think your opinion means something. You think when you open your mouth, it matters. Because it matters to him, because he's an old man. Because you're probably one of the few 20-something-year-old girls who actually will do something with it. You get what I'm saying? He don't probably try this with some other 20-something-year-olds, and they probably want to really do, come on, he's 70-something years old. He don't take care of his body. He don't work out. He don't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, you don't want to be laid up next to that for real. If you're 24 and you're young and attractive, you should be trying to get somebody more in alignment with your age, within at least 10 years, I would say. Not 60, 50. I mean, come on, man. That's crazy. But yeah, so UNC was like, nah, we not doing that. And it's another sign of how like I said, people don't play, and when you don't play, you have to not play. You have to gatekeep things. I hate when people say like gatekeeping is a good thing in certain things, and the UNC is like, no, we gatekeeping, and you gonna stand outside that gate, and don't you ever think you can cross this gate? You can't even come to the facilities, okay? If you go to a game, sit your ass up there in the suite. That's where you gonna be, and be quiet. He ain't gonna say it. We gonna say it for him. He ain't man enough to say because he don't want to lose you. Okay? You 20-something years old. He don't want to lose you. You want to be able to, I want to be able to see that monkey. Because it ain't too much. He ain't got too much, thrusting and busting left in him. Let's just keep it real. Mr. Belichick ain't got too much thrusting and busting left in him. So, and if I can do it with somebody that's 20 and old, prime, come on. And like I said, he don't be able to find too many more like that. So, he ain't trying to lose it, so the school's like, look, since you don't want to say it, we're going to say it for you. Hey, man, look, you don't run nothing. You don't run nothing around here. You run him, but you don't run nothing around here. We don't need you around nothing. Because at the end of the day, you might mess with one of the players. Let's just keep it real. You 24. We got 24, 25-year-old players in college now. These boys young and fit. You got to see that old body all day, every day? Come on. You out here looking at these young boys? Something's bound to happen anyway. So the school was getting ahead of everything. That's how I look at it. Like, the school was really getting ahead of everything when you think about it. Like, they was getting ahead of everything. Like, we trying to get everything out the way. Because we know this, it can only end in disaster. That's it. She's a young whore and she's only going to bring disaster. Because that's what they do. They bring destruction and disaster. That's it. There's nothing else that's going to come from this. Nothing else. And they was like, well, if that happened in his personal life, cool. But it's not finna happen here. You ain't finna mess nothing up here. You ain't finna say nobody tried to talk to you. Nothing. None of that's going on here. And that's why I mess with UNC for going ahead and getting in front of it. They got in front of it. You have to get in front of things before they go ahead, before they get out of hand. They just saw what happened with Shannon Sharp. Him and this woman had an agreement. They thought they had something going on. Nope. When the money get funny, or when you be funny with the money, things happen. So they was like, nah, we gonna go ahead and get ahead of that. We're gonna go ahead and get ahead of that. So they saying Casamigos and Don Julio and all that, and the 1942, that ain't real tequila. Duh. Why you think they marketed to you so much? Like, think about who was drinking it. Think about who really made all this shit pop for real. And think about who was like, come on, bro. Anytime they market shit to black people, bro, you got to know it's some bullshit. Like, you ain't figured it out. Anytime it's you, majority of black people fucking with some shit, and they just letting us openly use it, and they ain't coming out and saying, we don't want black people to buy our shit, it's some bullshit. That's basically what it was. And if you knew any real, like real, like some real Mexicans, they would have told you that ain't real tequila. Like, that's what I found out. I been stopped drinking the shit. I had stopped drinking the shit years ago. Like, I had the good, early pandemic, everybody was on it. But then I was like, if you drink other tequilas, this shit really ain't, because Don Julio been around for a long time, and I drunk it, Then I got off it. I was on Patron, got off it. It's like, once you start drinking other tequilas, and I want to say some other brands, but I feel like people are fucking. There's a brand called Tequila Ocho. That's a good brand. Don Ramon, good brand. Watch some YouTube videos. They'll tell you about what's some real tequila and all that anyway. But like I said, man, I knew that shit was some bullshit. And you got to think about how much money people don't spend in the club on them bottles of fake tequila. And then you paying $300 for a bottle that already come open, so they probably put some other tequila in there too. So you was already getting hit. You probably was already getting hit anyway. But that shit crazy. And they think about all the money they don't made. The money don't been made, so they good. We don't care about no luck. We don't care. Whatever comes from this is gonna be a fraction of what we made. And when I say a fraction, a very small fraction. They had Don Julio songs. People was drinking Casamigos and walking over crates, man. Come on, man. 1942, you thought you was doing something. especially the black and Hispanic community. Oh my God. You can tell us nothing. You go to any club that's predominantly black or Hispanic, and we was in there drinking Don Julio and buying 1942 bottles. And if they fuck around and say that Casa Azul is fake tequila, oh y'all really gonna be y'all gonna be crying y'all asses off because y'all was paying racks for them bottles. I remember people paying racks. But like I said, y'all fall for anything. People fall for anything. And you gotta stop falling for anything. Stop jumping off the bridge and everybody else jumping off the bridge. If people jumping off the cliff don't mean you gotta jump off the cliff. And a lot of times people take that like, you follow the crowd, stop following the crowd. Once you start drinking Don Julio, you're supposed to be like, well, let me try some other tequilas. What else y'all got? And then you talk down to Jose Cuervo. They say Jose Cuervo's fake. They say Jose Cuervo's fake. They say Espolón. They say Espolón was fake. They said the ones that you all have spent the most money over for the past years, those are the ones that are fake. This ain't the real tequila. This ain't real 100%. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, if you knew somebody who's Mexican or from Central America, they'll tell you that's not real tequila, my friend. No. That's no reason. No, they'll tell you that. Like, because real tequila, first of all, real tequila, it's smoother. Like, people, they sit around and just drink that shit all day. Like, I've had tequila out of a motherfucking ceramic fucking pot type shit. Like, I had that real Mexican tequila. Like, oh shit, with the snake, the worm, all that shit in there. I had all of that. So, when people started drinking Don Julio and Casamigos, I was like, it's all right. But I'm like, why am I paying so much for this? Why? Why am I paying? And like, it became the go-to. Like, they were the go-to. Like, people can't think of nothing else to buy, but it's like, no, there are other brands. I think another one's like, I'm gonna put it in La Gritona. It's a La Granita. I don't know which one. I'm gonna put a picture on it just so you'll know. But just in case I get it wrong. But yeah, that's another good brand. But it's a bunch of good tequilas. They got pink tequila. You ever had rosé tequila? They got pink tequila. They got all kinds of tequila out here, man. And you gotta expand your horizons, man. Cause we'll drink anything that tells us to drink. Cause let's not act like we weren't drinking vodka. We was drinking vodka, okay? Ciroc, Grey Goose, Belvedere, Smirnoff, Ivanovich. No, it's Ivanovich vodka. I think that's gin. I don't know. But we was drinking all that. We was drinking vodka. So don't get mad by those people talking about some y'all was drinking fake tequila because y'all used to drink vodka proudly, okay? Okay, we used to drink vodka proudly, so we can't, like, that's why I say you gotta establish your own taste. Find what you like. When y'all go out drinking, everybody get a different type of bottle. How about everybody don't have a Dun? I got a Dun, you got a Dun, no. Get different tequilas. Get different brands of tequilas. That way y'all can actually taste and see the difference and be like, oh, that's smooth. That's smooth. Oh, that one ain't as smooth, but I like the taste better than that one. You know what I'm saying? That's what you formulate your own opinion of what you like. But nah, y'all want to come to the function with the same bottles. Everybody got the same bottles. No, get something different. Everybody bring a different bottle. How about that? Y'all got to start switching shit up. We're going to say next time you have a function, everybody bring a different bottle. I'm tired of seeing Don and Casamigos. And then you buy the little bottles of the 1942. Or you get the big bottles. I mean, when you buy it from the store versus in the club, that's a big different price difference. Like, I've been places where they were charging $500-$600 for bottles of Casamigos. Okay? Because they can. And they know you're going to pay for it. $500 for Casamigos, the same bottle that's going to be $50, $60. $50 in the liquor store? Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, man, I said I always knew it was fake. I knew something was up, and like it was just being too mass produced. It's like, first of all, why is it? It's already expensive. Well, it's not that expensive, but in comparison to some other cheaper ones or even like bargain brands, come on, you get a bargain brand of tequila for like $30, $32, but this Don Julio will cost you $52, $60. You know what I'm saying? Depending on where you at. So how y'all able to mass produce something this much and it costs this much? Like, how? And y'all just got them? How? Should have known better. Should have known better. You got to start using that thinker, man. Start using that thinker, and like I said, expand horizons. Go get some better tequila, man. Cause it's some shit out there. It's some shit. There's some good tequila out there.